We are live. All right, let's do some stuff. Yeah, it might be a little while before people show up. Okay. In the showcase, I posted my Patreon. This is fully supported by my Patreon. No, I don't want that. I'm going to open up the Q&A. We'll have a stream. I will say. Oh, okay. How do you join? I'll invite you. Okay, Christian, you should be invited. All right.
Heyo.
Ayo.
What's up?
The show has begun.
Indeed it has, and I'm quite excited.
So it did. Okay, so were you on the event page?
Yes, I hit the watch button.
Right.
Yeah.
And that only gets you to watch?
Yeah, I think what that does is it basically means that you're going to watch the hangout, but I think I did see a separate thing where it was like people who were joining. That's why I messaged you before and I was confused before.
Okay, well, if there should be a joining button, so we get a bunch of people watching. I notice definitely one other person on the way at the moment. Yeah, anybody watching who wants to get in, just send me a message or type a thing into the Q&A. I can see that when it comes up.
Yep. Maybe there's some way we can post an official link like on the page and then anyone can join. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, we got 10 people I think are coming and 12 maybe, so
We'll see what happens.
I don't want to really invite more.
Yeah, true.
Let's have 500 people.
Yeah. No one will get a word in edgewise. It'll be great.
I want to join, just need to figure out how. Peyton and Scott are looking to join. There should be a join the hangout button on the event page. Scott and Peyton. Join hangout, join event. So, Gerimi is watching. Hey, Gerimi.
Hello. Now, I've never used one of these before. If you hit screen share, is that what shows the screen like your monitor? Oh, wait, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, here we go. Whee! It works.
Woohoo! I don't know why I'm in widescreen mode.
Yeah, I wish I could help you there, but the only Google Hangouts I've been have been through you, so. I actually, it was funny, I found my old Google account, and I was chatting with somebody else, and I'm like, I wonder what happens if I call myself from my old self, and I thought it would be funny, it's like the me from 2 years ago appears. That would have
Right.
been funny.
Let's see these right.
Can
Okay.
never get the lip thing right.
Not sure where the join button is, says Wilson. Is it not on? I don't see any join button or anything on the event page. Okay. All right. Let's get some people in. Um, no, it's not. Okay. If you're not able to get in, just leave a comment. I'll see it. Or do a question. Yes, Scott. Hey, Scott.
Can you guys see me or hear me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, we can see you now.
So
Yes,
did you send a request then, Peter, or?
I sent an invite.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get. Just leave a comment. I'll see it. Do a question. Hey, Scott. Hey, Scott.
How you doing? Good to finally talk to you guys in person.
Yay, real time.
Absolutely.
Well, not in person, virtually in person, I guess. You guys see me or hear me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So did you send? Hold on. It's
Hey, Wilson. Okay. I'm not sure why a join button doesn't show up. Oh, Scotty. Scotty's going to watch. Scotty, you want in? Let me know.
So how is everyone?
good.
I think it's... Thanks.
Hello.
That's good.
Hey, Wilson.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good.
Good. I've been trying to get in for a little while now. I couldn't figure this out.
Well, I'm going to have to do a little more research. I thought a join button shows up when the hangout starts, but nobody seems to be able to find it. So I'm inviting people directly.
Okay.
Yes, Gerimi. Hey. Jeremy.
How's it going, Jeremy? I met you at ArizonaCon, amazing ArizonaCon.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm good.
Good.
I was trying to figure out, unfortunately, I can't seem to set up a way to hang a webcam above my my drawing table. Because I was thinking, there's a drawing table, being shown while I'm doing this.
You're kind of low, Jeremy. I don't know where the mic is.
Screen share? Is that what shows in, like, your monitor? Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. It works.
Pete, I don't know if Eric's online. I know he wanted to also join.
All right, I'll send a random invite.
So what's everyone working on?
I'm just doodling right now. Trying to keep up with you guys. I'm like, oh god, they're so good.
Yeah, I wish I could help you there, but the only Google Hangouts I've been in is through you, so. Actually, it was funny. I found my old Google account, and I was chatting with somebody else, and I'm like, I wonder what happens if I call myself on my old stuff, and I thought it would be funny. It's like the me from 2 years ago appears.
Is somebody watching the YouTube?
Yeah, there's an echo in the background.
Yeah.
I had that problem, but I think I turned my screen off a while back.
Yeah, same thing happened to me. I just kind of clicked out. Usually it's when you have two windows open.
Yeah, I had that happen as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Scotty, I see your message. I sent you an invite. Scotty Watson, not Scott. Serkland. Oh boy. Let's see. Up here. Yeah, I hear him as though somebody's got YouTube on.
If you're not able to get in, just leave a comment, I'll see it. Hey, sir.
All right, Wilson, I think you got no.
You guys see me?
All right,
Hear me?
I'm gonna mute people. Don't be offended.
So did you send a request then, Peter, or? I sent an invite.
Oh, there it is.
Jeremy, you got a YouTube video on. No, I can't turn him back on. Oh no. Shoot. No. Wilson and Scott, turn turn your mics on. I think you control them now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Scott.
Okay, Wilson, you can turn your mic back on. Doesn't put the power in my hands exactly.
I thought you guys already did this once before.
Yeah, but
No.
Haven't worked out all the kinks yet.
It's a gradual process.
I figure I'd let you guys figure it out, and then once you've got it down, then you can tell me how to do it.
That sounds like a
Yeah,
good idea.
pretty much. That is Wilson. Okay.
Yeah, I walked away for a second. I had to go get something to drink. Sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah, it seems like I could turn off people's mics, but I can't turn them back on, so that's kind of useless. But Jeremy, yours is off. I guess you want it off. And seems like my friend Scotty is going to watch. We got a couple of watchers. And so there's this showcase option. If you move your cursor to the left of the screen, it's like sales tags. If you want to put a website of yours, is Scotty. So we have Scott and Scotty, two different people. Scotty.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little low, but
All right, let me turn this up real quick. How about now? Is that better?
can you turn it up?
I think I've got it all the way up.
Just scream into the mic.
Scream into the mic.
Yeah. I can hear you, but it's like low. Okay, I was just saying there's a showcase option app that if you go to the left with your cursor on the screen, it shows up as yellow sales tags. Press on that, and on the right, it opens up, and you're able to put in your website or anything you want to plug. Feel free. Those watching the videos later actually see those items. so you can use it to promote yourself and what you're doing.
Sweet.
I don't see like it opens up the showcase, but I don't see anything, a menu or anything like to write anything.
My,
Right.
I
mine,
don't either.
mine's
Right below, oh, maybe it's just for me.
it says no featured items yet. Check back again later on mine under
Oh,
show.
okay. Here, wait. I see. Okay. No, I didn't want to do that.
That means you have to type in everyone's stuff, Peter.
Yeah, okay. I know how to do that.
I'm just joking. But.
All right, something popped up.
Something popped up. That's my patron.
there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. There's a chat feature. Everybody could do the chat. Put your links there, and I'll add them to the showcase. See, we're working through it.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Chat.
There's Wilson's. Does everybody see it?
That's strange. My computer froze, but I think I'm still on. Like,
I
no,
still
not
hear
the
you.
whole. Like not the whole computer. It's only the Google Hangout screen. But everything else still works. It's strange. Yeah, I don't suggest getting an Alienware.
Yeah, I don't like aliens. Alright, we have Scott's. I don't know if you saw Marshall's video today, but he got your package, Scott.
Already? Wow. I just
Yeah.
sent that out Friday, I think. Yeah, I'll have to check his video out.
Very, very cool of you to add some awesome stuff to the package.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's I have a few people that that I follow and everything that they make their living primarily just selling artwork and stuff, and they always throw in extras and stuff, and they kind of attribute it to that unboxing effect that kind of Apple has, where they want when you open it to be sort of an experience and everything. So I'm just trying to follow their lead and do stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, I'll have to check out his video. I'm surprised it got there that soon because I think he's like on the East Coast and I'm out in Arizona, so it seems like it would take longer to get it over there.
You got it already.
Yeah, I got a package from Cali, actually. It came here in 2 days, and I'm from New Jersey.
Wow, kudos to the post office, I guess.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Alright, so everybody's links that were added are in there. So that's kind of a new feature. Oh, it is a new feature. Hangouts are bizarre, but I'll get the hang of it. Alright.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about with the video quality. So as far as sketching, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to see what's going on. So
It looks fine now. What happens is after we're done with the Hangout, then the video actually gets processed. it's up on YouTube right now. You can watch it live, but there's a process period afterwards, and you really don't know the exact quality until after that's done. So we can check it out, and I mean, it's more about conversation.
Yeah. I was just thinking for future purposes, because I'd like to do like a live stream, but I'd rather not use Ustream. I'd rather use Hangouts. But
yeah, Hangout would be an awesome thing to do with everybody joining. I totally get that. That's what I originally wanted it to be, but it's kind of not the best quality, which kind of defeats the purpose. But there was way back when I used to watch Ustreamers 3-4 years ago. Nicole Geoff used to sort of link hers to this girl CK, and they had their own separate Ustreams going, but they were somehow linked. And then on top of that, they were talking on Skype. So it is possible to do some weird, funky things with Ustream. And
does anyone know? Does anyone know if there's a way? I assume, I assume you'd have to get 2 web cameras. But if I want to do something where I would switch from my artwork back to me, is there like some kind of a switcher or where you could just do that between 2 like web
if you
cameras?
had 2 cameras?
I guess you would have to have 2 cameras.
I've seen what some people do is they have a video camera on themselves and they're kind of drawing, but in a small square, kind of in the corner. They have their face. Like, I know that Siege and Will Terrell does that, so I'm not sure if you can do that.
I've seen Will Terrell do it, but I'm pretty sure that the video of him drawing is pre-recorded.
Yeah, true.
So
you could do it live. You need a picture-in-picture feature, which is just a program can do that for you.
I'll have to look into that too.
Yeah, it's like everything you want is another thing you need. Oh. Hello? Yes. She's laying down right now. And I'm back. Always something. Alright, it looks like everybody who wants to join is here at the moment, except for there's one other fellow. Who isn't here. Okay. So everybody's subscribed to my YouTube, right?
Yep, I believe so. Oh yeah, for the 100 days and everything. Yeah, I know I am.
Well, just for
Everything, yeah.
everything. Just plugging myself. I don't see him answering. Let's see. Let's do this. You cannot be my friend. See, I really hate circle of friends on G+. Because I got like max friends and I deleted hundreds to even add a few. It makes it's so bizarre.
They only let you have so many friends?
Yeah, well, it's just like Facebook. It's 5,000 friend limit.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't know because I'm not even close to that.
Yeah, I think I'm only into like 1,000 or 2,000 on mine.
I'm in the 100.
Yeah, I'm right in there somewhere too, somewhere in the hundreds.
Yeah, well, I was part of the community Artlandia, which is more of a painting
I've heard of it.
illustration artist there and whatnot. They made me a moderator, and I added a ton of people from there. And this was early in G+.
I noticed a lot of people that were like early adopters to the Google Plus have a lot of followers.
Yeah, I have. I'm pretty close. Like, people in my circle, I have just as many, of me in their circles. However, you say that.
Yeah, I wish Google Plus would have taken off a little more than it has, just because I like it a lot better than Facebook. But
there's some people that are masters at it. I still, it's like there are times when things are hot, but mostly it's a struggle to get any, heat going.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just like the interface and everything a little bit better than Facebook. So I wish it was, wish more people were on it and everything.
Yeah. All right, I'll keep checking to see if anybody else wants to come in. Because a ton of people, said, well, I guess people literally took watching as watching.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about it. I think it's kind of set up to watch it easier than it is to join in.
Yeah, maybe there's something else I can do in the future to see about that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't able to join in until Peter sent me an invite.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Did you try to send everyone that's on the list invite, Peter?
What's that?
Did you send everyone that's on the list an invite? 'Cause it sounds like that's how we all eventually joined.
Well, I sent everybody here an invite.
Right. Okay.
That's on it.
Everyone that's watching or trying to that requested that they want to be on.
Well, I could do that. But I figure, if they really want to get on, they'll let me know.
Yeah.
So if you're watching and you want to get invited, let me know. I just wish I can hit a button and invite all the watchers and maybes and all that. But it's not that easy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And let's see, how's it going? Yeah, it's it's actually a pain in the ass. so if they really wanted to be invited, they'll get here. So yeah, let's go. Let's like actually chit chat and go from left to right as I see people. We'll go on Gerimi first, who has his mic off.
Is that, can you hear me now?
You're really, really low.
Yeah, I'm using the built-in microphone. I don't have a headset, so I'm gonna have to get one of those when I'm gonna do more hangouts.
You're here in spirit then?
Yes, I'll be hovering. I would gladly chat your ear off, but it's all gonna sound like a whisper until I get a headset.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you at least hear me if I'm yelling at the computer? Anything?
Scott, well, I hear you. Scott, you were saying something?
Oh yeah, I just have the microphone that's on my webcam. Are you getting an echo there?
Yeah, here I go.
Yeah.
That's on Jeremy's side.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because I've never used a headset, but if I need to, I might.
All right, so I guess we'll pass on Gerimi until he gets a good headset. But thanks for coming by. Okay. All right, because we're getting feedback from him, and but he's here in spirit. So that's Gerimi, folks. All right, we'll go to Kristin.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Tell us who you are, what you're doing.
Well, what I'm actually doing right now, I have no idea. I'm just kind of doodling to, I don't know, just kind of test this out, the little Google thing. But lately, I just finished up this one art class, which was alright, but it wasn't as instructive or informative as I would have liked it to be. But I did get one or two good pieces out of it. I've been working on my AP Studio art portfolio and whatnot. And basically, overall, just trying to get everything on the roll. I hit kind of a lull, I guess it's the summertime blues or summertime haze, I guess you could say. But I'm gradually waking up. I'm kind of actually excited for school to start back up again because I think this year is going to be pretty good. And yeah, I'm also working on this other idea for a comic that I have besides the usual prisoner cinema, only because I really like the cast of characters that I've started to come up with. So I've been working on that, and overall things have been pretty good.
It's great to have you on.
Thank you. I do have one question though, only because this is just maybe to get some conversation going. This is something that I was talking with my mother with before because, of course, parents are going to ask this. She was really concerned in the car that, like, she's supportive of me, but the thing is she's really concerned about making a living as an artist, and I figured I'm not sure how many of you guys are making a full-time living out of doing this, but out of curiosity, like, I'm not sure how many of you went to an art school or a school for this or doing this full time, but how exactly you got jobs or connections, because that's one thing I know that my parents are really concerned about is getting a steady job after school.
Right. Well, you know, let's just do everybody's intro. That could be our first topic.
Sure.
If that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. All right. So then we have Scott from Serkland.
Yeah, so you want to know what I'm working on now or in general?
Well, just, you know, general, for those that don't know you, give us a mini bio.
Okay. Yeah. So my name's Scott Serkland. My company is called Serkworks, and it's robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. I do a bunch of kind of retro future prints that they have a lot to do with, like I said, robots and zombies and all that stuff. And then I'm working on a comic book series called Young and the Dead, and it's like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. But yeah, I just like drawing robots and zombies and aliens and stuff, I guess, more than anything. So yeah, and then I do, that's kind of those are my passion projects, and then I do freelance illustrations, to make a living off of. So, and that's kind of me in a nutshell.
All right. Then we have Scotty Watson.
Oh, you skipped Wilson.
Well, I'm just going in the order I see it.
Oh, okay. Well, it must be in a different one. Anyways, hey, I'm Scotty Watson. You just heard. I'm actually working with Carrie Kelly at Red-Handed Studios. We finished up a sci-fi western graphic novel called Dead Reckoning, which is actually being sent to the printers as we're speaking, I suppose. And now I'm working on my creator-owned series, which is a medieval story called The Talon, which Peter, you're very familiar with. And,
right.
We're about the first 15 or so pages into it, and I think it's going to end up being probably around, I think Carrie was telling me it's going to probably be just over 100-page graphic novel, so it's a bit of a challenge ahead of us, but one page at a time, right?
And you already did a graphic novel with him.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We did the Dead Reckoning graphic novel, and then we're actually switching over to Talon. We're going to do the Talon graphic novel, and then we're going to switch back to Dead Reckoning and then back to Talon and so on and so forth. But that's kind of how we got it set up anyways.
Right. Keep him busy. That's good.
Keep him busy. The busier, the better.
What was that?
I said the busier, the better for me.
Yeah. So then we have Wilson.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, good.
Currently on my screen, I had opened up a page to one of my books, Team Kaiju. This is issue 2. So I figured I could work on it while we're talking. And it's been a while since I actually opened up and seen these pages because I've been working on other projects. And unfortunately, because of the other project I'm working on, I can't even share anything about it. I figured I'll take a break from working on it and, work on my own project, which I've been delaying it for way too long. But that's the thing, with freelancing, we got to do the paid stuff first and then work on everything else later. So I mainly color and letter and do pre-press and whatnot. And like I said, the page I'm working on now is from my own book called Team Kaiju, which being published by the company I co-own, Section 8 Comics, with my buddy Eric, who I thought was going to be here tonight. But I guess might be doing other stuff or might be stuck out in the watching area and not the interaction area, which is fine. So, I've known Peter for as long as I've been in the industry, which is coming up to about, 20-something years now. 20 years? I started in 94. Yeah, 20 years. 94. Yeah. So, been doing this for a little while.
I started in 91.
Right. No, I started in 94.
Right.
But I think I've known you since 94.
Right.
Only because working at Marvel, is where I got to meet everybody. So, basically, I was a corporate guy for a little while working at Marvel, and then I went full freelance in 2004. So I've been working freelance ever since.
Yep. All right, and okay, right before I open this up for discussion, Gerimi wrote some stuff in response to Kristin's. I muted you, Kristin, because you're breathing into your mic. And everybody's at a different volume, so my ears were being shattered. Okay, so he wrote some stuff. I went to a 4-year university as an art major. I made my full-time living in packaging design. Comics are a passion project right now. My biggest advice to someone in college, take as many internships as possible, more than one a year if you can. So I'll speak. Oh, I guess we lost her. Right, it's her topic.
I wonder if she didn't realize that you muted her and she restarted thinking that it was her.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Hmm.
I'll find out soon. Okay, she joined the call. Hello. There you go.
Hey, is the microphone better now?
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It sounded like it was up to your mouth and you were breathing. And that's.
No, the only thing is I have to. The thing is that this microphone, it's only being held up by duct tape. It's falling apart at the hinges.
Yeah,
So it's kind of low to the ground. So that's probably why I was picking that up. So sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Everybody's going to have their own, thing. I'd rather not have headphones, but that's what I have at the moment. So. I don't know if you heard what I read off what Gerimi wrote into the chat in regards to your question.
I heard a little bit of it, but did he write that in the question section?
It's in the group chat. You can read it.
I can read it there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll speak for myself. I've been working in comics since 1991, and there have been highly successful years. There have been crappy years. I have had, I would say, maybe 8 different jobs between 91 and now, at one time or another for different lengths of time, just to get by. It's always good to have a steady income, and working freelance is almost never that. So it's, if comics is something you want to do, my advice is to do it part-time until you can make it full-time, and the best way is to have at least 6 months of income in the bank before you go full-time. Kind of like real true advice that a lot of people don't take.
Or didn't get. I would have loved to known that. I was lucky in the sense of when I started my career, my full-time job was working at Marvel. So after working a few months, I saved up money and moved out and got my own place. Now, what I really should have done was saved up about a year's worth of money before I actually moved out to my own place. But again, because I had the job and I was steady working for 10 years, it was totally fine. But in that 10 years' time, I really should have been saving up more money. I was doing freelance work, but the thing is that turned out to be extra money because I always had the paycheck coming in. So I didn't really worry about the money coming in, because no matter what, there was always a paycheck from the work I did in the offices, and then the freelance work was just pretty much extra money. So I would have done if I was to go back in a sense and redo it. I would definitely had try to save up a good amount of bank before I went full time. Now, like I said, for 10 years I was working steady, so I didn't worry about it. But then when I went full freelance, I really should have saved up a little more money than I did. I think I only saved up about 3 to 4 months worth of money before I went full freelance. And you go through that a lot quicker than you would think. But I've been working freelance ever since for 10 whole years, and all my income has been coming from freelance. And there's been some months better than others, or some years better than others. The first year I went freelance was a very good year, enough that it paid to get all my equipment updated. And what I mean by equipment is, having the computer, a scanner, this early days of the internet, so cable didn't really have the internet packages yet. So it was basically modem and stuff like that. But then once I got to where I'm doing it full time, the money, as I said, the first year, I would say the first 3 years of freelance was great, but a lot of work was coming in. After that, I did not expect the lean years, as we call it, to be as lean as it was.
I see.
Yeah, it's when I started, it was a way different time. We didn't have computers, internet. Well, there's probably computers around, but there's a lot more advantages now. I would say, when I started with one specific thing, which is comic book inking. I advise anybody that wants to do art for a living to know a little bit of everything helps, but master a few things and try to get work multiple ways is helpful for everyone.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I would say your parents have a little right to be concerned because it's not easy. But it can be done, and the main thing for you is, because my son he's probably about your age, and he's talking about wanting to do kind of what I do or something, doing video game design and things, but he just does not have the passion for it. He likes to play video games, and he doesn't draw, and I keep telling him, well, you might want to look at programming or something like that, because he, at least not right now, you have to, if you're going to stick with this and want to make it a career, you really need to have a passion to do that, because otherwise it's just you're going to get frustrated and everything. But I can tell, by your videos and everything, that you definitely have that, and you looking at your sketchbooks, you do a lot more art than I did at your age and everything. The way I did it, when I graduated, I didn't go to a university or art school. I just started taking basically any like community college art classes I could, and I took everything that I could get my hands on, and that was kind of before the internet. Now there's so much stuff on the internet. The problem is, I'm glad I did it that way, because I see so many artists that just have all this debt, and it's like some of these art schools, you're paying what doctors and lawyers pay for their schools, and unfortunately, typically, there's a few exceptions, but artists don't typically make what doctors and lawyers do. So, really think about that. If you go to an art school, you're going to get a great education. There's no doubt about that. But there's also other ways to achieve that, especially if you're, like I said, if you have that passion and you're kind of a self-motivator, and you can take online classes, or, like I said, community college classes, and learn like that as well. Because I've never been turned down for a job because I didn't have a degree or anything like that. And I have certificates in, I think, advertising design and advertising production, and that doesn't mean anything really. So I've went out for jobs, and I beat out people that have had, it's all based on the work, really. So you definitely want to get your education. It just, you really be mindful of out how much you're going to spend. And if you come from a family or something that kind of has disposable income and money's not an option, then by all means definitely do that. Unfortunately, that's not most of the time that's not the case. So yeah, think about that and just kind of really think about the debt that you're going to accumulate, because as difficult it is to make money in this business, you can do that, but it helps if you don't have that debt to have to pay back. So that's something to think about. But I'm also, in addition to illustration, I do a lot of graphic design, and that's kind of saved me more than enough times, because there are a lot of the jobs that I can pick up, whether it's just doing designs for the web or I do game design. I work for a game design company, and I do a lot of that kind of stuff, and it helps because I can do kind of both. I'm a pretty decent graphic designer. I'm also a decent enough illustrator that I can get by. I mean, so it's kind of like, I think it was Peter that was saying, you kind of have to learn a little bit of everything. So I mean, if it's something you absolutely hate doing, like I don't know programming or anything like that, and a lot of times people ask if I can. I don't even know HTML, so, and it's not something I really want to learn, so I don't learn it. And I just, if I do a website design, I just tell people I can do the design and I know how to splice everything up and deliver it to you, but you got to do all the coding and stuff like that. So if it, you know, if it's something that you think that you can work into your repertoire and everything and use it, then definitely learn how to do it. And like I said, I mean, I've seen your videos and it looks like you definitely are into learning and you're constantly trying to better yourself, and that's kind of what you need. So it's difficult to say. I mean, everybody's different too. I mean, I've had some luck along the way, and then, you know, and sometimes it's talent, sometimes it's luck, and sometimes it just, the phone rings at the right time. It's I don't know, you know. It's kind of hard to give a definitive answer, but those are some of the tidbits I can give to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully that's worth something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with what Peter said before about knowing other things. When I started, you know, freelance-wise, I was getting work coloring, and one day someone asked me, "Do you do lettering?" And I basically said yes, and then I went ahead and learned how to letter. It was basically making sure that you know, because you never know what you're going to be asked to do, and sometimes it's not comics; it might be something else. Cards, do a lot of sketch cards nowadays, only because I happen to run into someone that says, "Hey, do you do sketch cards?" And again, with this business, it's like you just never know what you're going to get or when you're going to get it. And by knowing other things, it just makes it that much easier to take jobs that you normally would maybe not even think about getting. And you know, luckily, I've been able to do freelance for the last 10 years, only freelance, not having another job on the side, but that just means that there were many days where, you know, I wish I did have that other job on the side. So no, you know, the more you know, I think comes down to it. I'm always trying to learn new things and new programs. I even got 2 new programs sitting on my desk right now that I haven't opened up yet because I haven't had time to work on it. But again, it's one of those things, like I want to give those a try, because if it makes it a little easier to do, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I you know, I recently got the Manga Studio 5, and I played around with it a little, and I'm just beginning to understand like how you computer color. If I was to take on another skill to do for other people, it would probably be coloring, because I think I could have a lot of fun doing that. And I don't know what people are paying nowadays, but you know, it is extra money.
Yeah, it is extra money if you can get the work. And what's great about the programs is, like, I know that you have your own project you want to work on, and that's the best thing to do, especially with these art programs. You know, test it out on your stuff, see if you like it, and then be able to shop it around and go, here, you know, here's some samples of what I did. And, you know, again, it's like with any other project, test it on your own stuff before you take a job on it and test it on that job.
I'd like to kind of add a couple of little things that I don't think was really addressed, even though you guys did give a lot of good advice. Coming from a strictly freelancer. I've never worked with Marvel or any of the big companies. I work strictly independent. The one thing I can tell you is be prepared for a lot of rejection. But in that process, you're also making a lot of connections. If somebody says no, don't take it as no for life. Just go back to the drawing board, make some adjustments that they may have been giving you some advice for, and then hit them again. One of the things that I've learned is just being persistent. And that goes back to what I think Scott was saying, is having that passion. You're going to get told no a lot, whether you have the talent or not, whether you have the education or not. You're going to hear no, 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 no. I hear that all the time. But the one thing that I did do was I met a lot of people. I used to hit a lot of cons. I used to take my portfolio and I would drop it off to people that I didn't even think I had a chance with. I'd say, here's my portfolio, let me know, and my information would be in there. And I would just sit back and wait. Sometimes I would hear from them, sometimes I wouldn't. But in the case with Peter told me about a small press contest, and I entered my talent into that and ended up winning that. But the connections that I made are, I'm reaping the rewards from that today, even though this was back in 2007. So the connections that I made in 2007 didn't bear fruit until about 2010. But had I not made those connections, then I wouldn't be sitting here at my computer drawing talent and actually getting paid to do it. So it's kind of like what Scott's saying, a little bit of what Wilson's saying, a little bit of what Peter's saying. There's no right way, and it's just make as many connections as you can, and make as many, build as many bridges as you can, and try not to burn any of those bridges, because you never know where that source may come from, and you may get an email 2 years later from somebody you met. You may not even remember who they are, but they may say, hey, I remember you from, whatever convention or what have you. And we never forgot about you. We thought, we didn't have anything for you then, but we have it now. We think your style would work with that. So the two things I can say is be prepared to hear no, but also just keep driving forward. You need to make as many connections as possible. And to me, that's the key, really, because if you only talk to 4 people, you've got basically, that's your chances. But if you talk to 400 people, your chances increase. So, and don't do it just one way. Go to conventions, hit websites, go to digital webbings forums for the, the classified section where they're looking for artists or looking for writers, and just, there's not any one right way of doing it. It's just, like they say, as many people and use as many skills as you can and present those to as many ways as you possibly can think of. Just be creative, and just have fun with it. But the one thing I can say is just don't lose that passion. If you lose that passion, it's going to be a long road.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I want to add something, which is take advantage of, what's out there now. There's tons of people selling things online, and I know you set up at Etsy. There's also like Redbubble, which makes products that you can put images onto. There's all kinds of stores. I use Store Envy. You can do original art, or you can do art for, to put on phones or pillows or T-shirts or whatever. There's all sorts of T-shirt sites, websites. From Kevin Cross did, his own one. If you start, even if you did like one new product a month, people will know you have a store open. People will know, that you add something each month and go check it out. Even if you get a couple of sales here and there, It's a couple extra bucks, but it's also you starting your branding early that will pay off down the line when you go full-time freelance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for that. That definitely makes a lot of sense. I'll definitely do that. I need to actually get up my official link for the Etsy account. I just haven't put enough stuff up there yet.
Well, don't wait too long on that. Get it started.
Yeah, start building that audience as soon as you can, and even like the videos you're doing, that's helpful because that's something I should have done a long time ago. Because I don't really have a big audience as far as social networks and things, because I'm just not really that great at it. That's why I'm kind of trying to do something different and do these videos and everything, and just get better about posting on social networks and try to get people interested in what I'm doing and build that audience. I'm a little better at it in person, like when I go to shows and stuff. Because I've got everything with me and around me at my booth, and it's easy to kind of attract people's attention that way. But yeah, I mean, I've got this Store Envy store. I've got shirts on Redbubble, and I don't make much from that. But every once in a while, a week, I'll have sales come in here and there. But yeah, it's just, and I know people who have started and they've built these audiences, and they're able to just do just their own thing and sell their own wares and everything, and it's pretty amazing. And hopefully I'll get there sometime soon. But yeah, I mean, like you talked about earlier, Marshall just ordered something from me, so there's stuff up there, and then I get other people, but it's really sporadic. I mean, I definitely make the bulk of my sales for the stuff that I'm doing on the side, my passion stuff, just from trade shows or like conventions and things, and of course those cost money to go to and everything. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to definitely start building an audience more or less. I actually used to have and I don't know how I was able to do this, but I had 300 subscribers on my old YouTube account. I don't know how it was just silly videos I made when I was in middle school, but somehow that attracted a bunch of people, and I lost the password for that account though, and I haven't been able to get it back.
well, the good thing is you have time on your sides. Some of those older guys, it's a little hard to start building an audience for me, but yeah, so that's definitely a plus. And I mean, and you kind of grew up with the internet, I assume, so you're a little more familiar with it. Where me, I kind of fumble around and try to learn how to do stuff. So.
Well, even professionals fumble around. I mean, there's always something new to learn, something new to do. But I feel like I'm the most connected person in the industry, but I don't use it to its full potential. So there's, I'm trying to do new things all the time and trying to hit different audiences, and hopefully something will really click and I'll focus on that. Okay, Scotty Clayton wanted to get in. I sent you an invite. If you're listening, Scotty, yet another Scott coming our way.
We're going to take over.
I'm sitting in the tree.
You're outnumbering us. But until he gets there, let's talk about that as a subject. I may not be doing on YouTube the best videos. I try to put time into what I do, but I know they could be a billion times better. But I'm slowly building an audience there. I think I started, I registered on YouTube back in 2007 maybe, or sometime long ago, and I didn't do anything with it for years after that. And it might have been 2 years ago that I did my first video. I think I took the first batch down. They were probably so horrible. But it wasn't until this year that I committed to actually producing more videos and trying to to make them something better than, slightly better than crap. So especially with the, the good thing about the 100 days of making comics, is that at least producing a video every day, and that just gets me into the rhythm of what it takes to do that.
Mhm.
Which, it's not just a matter of record it and put it up, upload it. It's a little more to it than that. And there's promotion as well, But for all the people that view my videos, I want to get more interaction and everything else,
Mm.
Everything takes effort.
Yeah, joining this 100-day challenge has definitely been one of the better decisions I've made in a while, because I've made so many connections. Just like no one would watch my videos before, and now I've slowly built like somewhat of a usual audience that always seems to watch them and leave comments, so it's been fantastic.
I do need to ask, because I haven't really watched any of those videos, the 100 Days of Comics. I've seen them pop up, but I wasn't sure if they're all connected to each other, or is it something that you do yourself? Like, basically, Peter, what is your 100 Days of Comics?
It's working on mostly two different comics, which is Bright Eyes and Neon Eden. My creator-owned projects. And,
That's cool.
100 Days it's slightly different for everybody involved. We're a community, but we're not. We're all doing our own videos, producing our own comics, and the goal is to do it for 100 days to make it a habit. The whole thing is, I started Bright Eyes maybe 4 different times and didn't move forward with it. It's like the first time I tried doing it, I created an image for an ad, and it's like, oh, I don't like the art. I don't, it's like I didn't have the full story worked out, which I'm still working out. But I didn't move forward with it. I tried it a couple of different times, made a couple of different attempts. And I really feel with 100 Days, it's, part of it is because I'm posting it every day and people see it, and there's a certain accountability to working on it every day. And I'm at least putting 30 minutes in each day, and I'm making a little progress each day. And that's the most important thing. Because I can't put all my time into working on my own creative project because I'm not making money from it now, I got to focus on client work and day job or whatever the case. I at least put some time into it, and I am definitely making progress on it, more since I started, doing 100 days. Definitely.
Okay.
So Scott Serkland is part of it, and Kristin is part of it, if they want to speak on it.
Yeah, I think it's something that everyone kind of does on their own, but Kevin Cross is the guy that started it, and he put together kind of a group around it called the 100. So that kind of connects us all together. So it's either or. It's kind of, you can do it separately, or you can kind of join in with everyone. But it's kind of a community.
I'm the founder of the Facebook page.
Yeah, there's a group on Facebook. He's actually opening it up beyond just people working in comics. I think there's a 3D sculpture guy that's a part of it. There might be somebody doing animation, and there's, most of the people doing the 100s are doing videos, but there's definitely one person that's just blogging about her progress. So it's a community in sense of we're all striving to work on our own personal projects and make progress on them. And, you know, so it's like the goal is to be able to do this full time.
Right. My question then would be, and again, I can easily answer it if I go and watch the videos. But are you just saying on the videos you're saying your progress, or actually are you physically doing the artwork during the video?
Most people are kind of just recapping their day. Some people draw live, but I know I don't usually draw live because when I started off, I was working on the script, so I would talk about the script process, and then people usually show artwork they do, but it's not usually like an art cast where you're drawing. It can be whatever you want it to be, but most people, the goal kind of is to do at least, I think, 30 minutes a day, to set that time aside to work on your comic book, and then you kind of log about it afterwards. So you just tell kind of what you did on the day, and different people do different things with that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not, you know, it's not to make a fully blown production out of making the video, and you know, it's not like watching the Jackson Pollock movie. It's just supposed to be a vlog, quickly done, giving an update on progress at the very least. But you know, different people do different things. I do a little more elaborate, but it's never, you know, it's not as elaborate or cool as I would like it to be. But that's just me. You know, part of what I'm doing is I want to learn how to make videos like subconsciously. So I'm putting a little more time into it so that I can get like the hand memory of what gets into the production end of it. So that's a bonus for me.
Oh, okay.
So they're basically they're not how-to videos or anything, more motivational. This is what I did today, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, you know, it's like I find them motivational. You know, I watch as many as I can. Usually, I'm catching up on other people's videos. But you know, I would advise just checking out a few. You know, pick a few from a bunch of different people. Like I said, there's the Tumblr, the 100s. It's THEE, the number 100S, and I actually have to still do my video for that over there. But there's people to choose from, and just pick a random video and see what it's about. You know.
I think some of them can be kind of. I think when you watch them, you're going to learn things. So some of them can kind of be how-to, but it's not like a step-by-step. Like this is how I draw something. It's more the process, and I think by watching those, you learn different people's process, and I think definitely you're going to pick things up. And then, you know, I think I'm on 34. And sometimes I'll talk about other things other than comics, just because after a while you get, you know, because you do it you're recapping. I don't think you have to recap each day, but I usually do a video each day, and it's just going to get repetitive because you know, it takes longer than a day to move kind of the next step. So sometimes I'll just give tips on, I don't know, freelance illustration or just do silly stuff or whatever. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the main reasons why I haven't actually sat to watch it, because I've seen so many different ones that are listed, and it would be like, you know, Peter, day 34, or somebody else's name, day 73, and it's like, is there supposed to be an order? And I didn't realize that people were doing it individually. I thought it was all together as a community, and then each person did a certain number. So that's why I wasn't even sure where to start or to touch on it.
We're all doing, you know, 100 days, and they're not interconnected in that sense now.
Right.
So Scotty's here. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just kind of getting a little set up here. My camera is a bit funny, and I'm just kind of figuring out the settings. And I'm like, man, because I want to totally do a screen share and what I'm working on right now. And
Okay.
damn it!
Oh, take the time.
Okay. Well,
Everybody, this is Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
Hello.
How's it
hello.
going?
Hi everybody. My name's Scotty, and I self-publish my own comic series. But before I go into that, I want to jump into the subject matter that left a few minutes ago, and I hope I can catch it. Is that I've been listening in and trying to get into the video chat, and I want to express a few things. That first, the subject of making sure that you work a good job to support your needs and your home and a roof over your head and food, that is so essential, because I freelance a lot, and let me tell you, it's not easy. I've been freelancing since 2005, and there were years that were awesome, and then there are some years where they're just so awful, it just makes you want to quit, and you never want to pick up a pencil ever again. And I'm just telling you from personal experience, always make sure you have a game plan, and always make sure that you have a lot of coverage for a job to take care of you before your passion takes care of you. That's the best advice I can give, and it is so, so true. For example, I did a personal comic that I let out by myself, and I was doing so much freelance work, it took almost a year just to do issue 1 for myself. And when I finally had it out, like in digital publication, the most sales I had were from Amazon Kindle, and the entire year of sales, this is no joke, was $4.33. I know, it's awesome. I laugh at it because I thought, man, if that's not a learning lesson, I don't know what is. Holy crap. If I had to depend on that, oh man, well, just fill in the blanks on that one. Like, that's crazy.
You can live in Hawaii off of that.
Oh yeah, but I do a lot of freelancing for companies like out here in Chicago. Like, I do a lot of stuff from graphic design to character and creature and landscape illustration. I've done concept illustration for video game companies and startups. If I didn't have those, and also every now and again I'll go out and find like a part-time job outside of home. If I didn't work really hard to have those jobs, to have that income coming in to take care of me and the roof over my head and food on the table, if I didn't have those, I wouldn't know what to do. But you also have to realize it's a form of therapy to get you away from the desk, so that way you can come back to your desk and have fresh ideas of what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. I would love to spend 12 hours straight at my desk drawing, but every now and again, you have to get up, you have to go stretch your legs, you have to go outside, go breathe some fresh air, go walk your dog, go walk your cat, go make a long trip to the grocery store. Just anything to get you to get a fresh breath of fresh air and just kind of relax your mind a little bit. No artist that I've ever met can go 12 to 14 hours straight and not get burned out or tired in some form or fashion. So please, every 4 hours, another piece of advice is, take like 4 hours to like work at your desk, and then just take a break for yourself. Just go off, go read a book, go wander, and then come back, and you'll realize that, man, I'm so glad I did that, and you'll be so ready to go back and go gung-ho at the project that you're working on again. And I thought I wanted to give that advice right now before it leaves me.
That's good advice. Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said, Scott.
Oh gosh.
It's true too, because I know so many people that want to just like sit there and pound out like 10 hours of work and like no breaks and just go full like throttle at it, and then they get burned out and they get so frustrated with themselves and they don't realize that you really need to have that time off to really have a fresh look on your own work and not get sidetracked or anything.
Yeah, you can easily. I know when I'm lettering some projects and working really late at night, and I find that sometimes it might be 1 or 2 in the morning, and I'm struggling with a page, and I realize, okay, I can't do anymore. I got to go to bed. Step away from it, have a good night's sleep, then start in the morning, and then look at the page, and next thing you know, it's like the page is done in 5 minutes. But the night before, it was still taking me an hour just staring at it, and you got to get away from it. You have to take that break. Sometimes just to get the job done, yeah, you may have to pull an all-nighter or what have you, but you don't want that to become the everyday occurrence, which it can easily become. You want to try to get as much time and spend as much time doing a project. But again, you could develop, as a freelancer, you could develop very bad habits in the sense of, oh, I have a whole month to do this? Sure, I'll sit on it for a little while, and then next thing you know it, it's due on Monday, and it's Thursday night, and you realize you got to rush it all out. And in some cases you do. And that's where the bad habit comes in, where you think, oh, I could only do it in a half hour or a couple of days.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have any control over those late night hours too if you are freelance, because if people will come to you with these rush projects that they'll need like right away. So that's just kind of you got to kind of get used to that. But time management is a big thing. If you can't manage your time, then yeah, you might as well not get into it, because it's a lot of that's a good portion of what you're going to need to do.
Yeah, because sometimes you may think that it's like, oh, I have all the time to do it, but then 2 or 3 little projects may creep up on you, show up and go, hey, we need this rush job, can you do it? And it's like, okay, and then next thing you know, you did like 4 or 5 little rush jobs, and the one job that you thought you had so much time on is now due. So you definitely got to manage your time and try to add in that extra time that a surprise project may pop up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good advice.
Basically, it's treat it like a real job.
Yep.
Not a hobby. I mean, it's the same. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're working at McDonald's. I mean, you go in, you do your job. I mean, if you're going to pull an 8-hour, if you're lucky enough to pull an 8-hour shift at a job like McDonald's, they give you breaks. I mean, it is a job. And I think a lot of artists are so used to, from the time they're trying to become an artist, of just being able to draw when they want, and sometimes drawing when they have time, that they get, like Scott was saying and Wilson was saying, bad habits. Those bad habits come from just not doing it and treating it like a job, because you're not used to treating it like a job. You're used to treating it as, I'll do it when I get home. I've been working this job, I'm tired. And then you come home, you don't feel like doing it. And then when you do get an opportunity to pursue your art career, some of those habits are hard to break. And then you get yourself caught into those situations where the deadline that was a month ago is now on you, because you just didn't do it when you could, and you put it off, and the next thing you know, now you got 2 jobs instead of 1 because another job comes through. So it's a real job, and you have to find your routine. You need to, okay, I'm going to wake up at 7 in the morning, I'm going to drink my coffee, and I'm going to work till 12. I'm going to take a break till about 1, whether it be go to the grocery store, play video game, whatever it is. I'm going to start again at 1. And that's really how you have to treat it. And you have to do that every day until it becomes that habit, that you wake up and you do it this way. And I think that's kind of a little bit of what that 100 days is for, isn't it? To kind of get you in a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah, and Kristin, just the fact that you are doing it and you're sticking with it, I mean, that's obviously showing that you can do that. So I mean, I think from what what I've seen already, I mean, like I said, I think you're in the right mindset. So that's definitely a plus, because you're going to find, like, I know people that I went to art school with, or like I said, wasn't really art school, but art classes with and everything. And some people just, they just kind of goofed off, and it wasn't, those people aren't going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
It's not it's serious. You got to take it seriously, and it has to, like I said before, it has to kind of be your passion. And for me, there was really no plan B. I mean, I've drawn since I was a kid, and that's all I ever wanted to do. So no matter what, I mean, that's there. I didn't really think about what else I could do, so that could be a good thing or a bad thing, I guess.
I heard a couple of webcomic people talking, and if you're doing a webcomic that's coming out weekly, and you're ahead 3 strips, one of the people in the conversation went, if you got a stockpile of 3 strips, that's not vacation time. That's not time to go see a movie. That's not break time. It's you gotta keep going. You gotta keep producing, or just go on to some client work, or just keep your workday 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever you need it to be. Don't think like, oh, I got a webcomic page done, and I got script done for this book, and I get an illustration for a client done. I could take the rest of the day off. Too many people do that.
Yeah. And of course, you would think, I mean, if you already have a few stockpiled, it's like, oh, I can just take a break now, and then of course something would probably come up the minute after that you can't make any more pages, and you just lost your safety net right there. So
yeah, life always gets in the way. That's a guarantee.
Exactly.
Things will screw you up all the time.
I think I read, I can't remember, so you have to excuse me on this, but I believe I remember reading a quote from an artist that I look up to, and one of the things he said that he took out of his artistic vocabulary was, "I'm finished" or "I'm done," because he never was. It's like, even if you do finish you think you finish a page, you got the next page. So it's like, I'm still not finished. I'm still not done. So he said, I just took it out of my vocabulary. There's no such thing as being finished or being done.
In the same way, though, you also want to, when there isn't really a finish line, you have to set points along the way to achieve certain parts of the big picture, or else you're going to go crazy.
Right.
I think one of the most helpful advice that I've been given too is not to fall in love with something until it's finished. Because the minute you really start to like something, one, you could screw it up, or two, an editor could say, oh, I want this changed, and you have to throw out everything that you've worked on.
That's true too.
Yeah.
But there's the flip side. There's the flip side of that coin too. Don't fall in love with something, and also don't hate something so much that you can't. I'm sure everyone in here can relate to this. You just can't get that hand right. You're so fixated on the hand that you spend hours trying to draw a hand, and because you hate it, it's not coming out right. It's not coming out. It's right. It's horrible, and you get nothing else finished because of this hand. So there's also the flip side of that.
Yeah, I've learned that as a colorist who's also a letterer. I could be spending so much time coloring a piece of background, and you don't realize it that you might be zoomed in, 200 or 300% working on something, and then you get it done, and then you sit there, and it's like, oh, this came out great. I love the way it looks. All right, now to letter it, and then realize it's going to all get covered with a balloon. and it's like, so no one knows how much work was done on that page because it's going to be, covered with a balloon that's like, this particular writer might have had, a touch of Claremont in them, and there's just so much text that's like, wow, I could have saved so much time if I lettered it first, then went ahead and color it. But sometimes you never know what you're going to get, or sometimes, again, being zoomed in so much, you could just be spending so much time to only find out later it's covered, or even some cases it was taken out altogether because it wasn't really needed.
I'm just going to say the advantage of doing multiple projects, working for maybe multiple people, is if you're in a situation where you are getting stuck and it's not a super rush, you can move on to something else, take a little break, but keep working, accomplish something else, then get back to it, and you might see it with fresh eyes and go, oh, I see the answer now.
Mm-hmm.
So is anybody having any difficult challenges at the moment?
Time management.
Yeah, I would say I'm in the same boat, actually.
Same here. Same here.
It never goes away.
It's that type of thing where it's like 2 weeks ago, a great example, I'm sitting there and it's like, all right, I got this one project to do. I could get everything I need done by Friday. All I have to do is spend a few hours a day on each part of the project, and then it's like, boom, by Friday I'll be done. I'll have the whole weekend. And the moment I made that decision, the phone rang and it was like, hey, can you rush something out for us? And I was like, okay, I have more than enough time, so I'm rushing that out, and the other project is sitting there. And so by the time I get the second project, that was the rush project to be done, boom, the other project, I felt like I lost 4 days on a project that only took me a day to do, or 2 days to do, because the art itself only took a day to do, but I didn't account for the fact that they wanted me to drop off the artwork, so that spending time on the subway going there, coming back, and all this extra time was added right onto what I was doing. So it was like, okay, now I lost. I thought it was a few days or a few hours. Now it feels like now I need a few more days to catch up. So that happens many times.
Yeah. Before we answer that, Scotty,
yes.
You were the last to join.
Ah, shit.
There is a chat option. If you go to the left with your cursor, it's a little blue word balloon. You click on that, and in the chat, enter your website.
Okay.
And I'll put that into the showcase. Anybody watching the video later could see the showcase, and that's going to be full with a bunch of links. So if you want to put your link into that, then please do.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sadly, I have to leave because my computer is being kind of funny. I'm going to post that link into there, but before I go, I'm sorry it was so short tonight. I really do apologize for that because this is a great group tonight, and I can't wait to watch the rest of this video when I have the chance. But I want to leave this for everyone. It was a post that I made earlier, and it strikes to everybody, and I think it's something that I should repeat here. I was reminded today of how difficult it is to rise above the comic illustrating world and how far that I have come. And this speaks for everybody. This is not for everyone. Self-publishing or just illustrating, it's a monumental feat. It's a huge undertaking that requires wearing different hats of knowledge, dedication, craft, and responsibility. The efforts will reward you forever, but it takes a brass pair to go out there and make something that truly represents who you are. And for all of us that are working here, and I can see in all the icons that everybody's working on something, I can tell the difference between, from Kristin, from yours, from everybody else. Everybody has a distinct style, and please, whatever you do, never stop. I can't wait to see what you're going to bring to the table tomorrow. So, sadly, I have to go, which I know, it really totally sucks. I love this group, man. I wish I could have more time to be in here tonight, especially. So I hope you see you guys again. Please invite me again. That would be great, Peter. And
Yes.
I hope everybody has a wonderful night. And please share your projects and just never be afraid to show off what you've been working on, what you've been thinking of, and what you've been daydreaming about.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Scotty. Hey,
All right, man. Thanks for
Have a
coming.
good night.
Yeah, you
don't
too.
forget to put your info on there, because, yeah, I'd like to follow you. I like what you said there, what you wrote.
No problem, man. That's why I'm on Google Plus and not that Facebook nonsense. Good grief.
Cool. Okay, time management, man. Well, I suck at time management. It's always been, an artist wears a lot of devils, and that's been one of my devils, and I just try to combat that by putting in a full day. Being a Christian, on top of that, I do have a sense of guilt if I don't put in a full day. That feels like a rock on my back. So if I don't accomplish everything, that's okay as long as I put in the sweat and blood, and try to do better tomorrow. So I don't really have any, great words of wisdom in that regard, but just try to do the best you can and meet those deadlines.
Yeah, definitely got to meet the deadlines, but also, and you said it, which I wanted to touch on about feeling guilty about not doing work. I've actually fallen into the trap of feeling guilty when I'm doing my creator-owned project and not the freelance work. And that's a bad habit to get into also. It's like if you spend, just a little bit of time on your own project, you should definitely feel good about it and not guilty of working on it, because ultimately we want to all be doing our own projects. And of course, we got to do the paid gigs to take care of the bills. But you also have to make that time. Don't feel guilty about working on your own stuff, because then the worst thing is going to happen is that you're not going to work on your own projects.
True.
Yeah. All right. Where are we? Okay. I'm going to get a couple of links and put them into the showcase. It's about 1:45. I think we should close out around 10, even though I know we can talk for a couple more hours. I will do this at a different time next time. I got the other Artcasters chat. I'll probably do them both on the same day at different times. You're welcome to join either of them. I don't think Jeff, who started the Artcasters, really minds, as long as we have artists or creators in the group. But if you have any closing notes, anything you want to say to the group?
I just want to say I've enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not often I get a Saturday free, so it's nice to be able to do this. But yeah, I'd also like to. I want to do the Artcasters thing tomorrow. I've got my kids, so hopefully I can do it without them blabbering away in the background too much.
I'll try to see if I can make it. And as far as closing words go, I don't know. It's really been a lot of fun, and I'm happy that you guys kind of let me on. I feel like that annoying little kid who was always like, "Can I join the club too?" But yeah. So thank you very much for that, and I really do enjoy these things. So I hope that I can continue to come on these.
Sure. you know, I'm still figuring out the mechanics of all this. Gerimi says we'll definitely get a better mic so I could participate more. This has been a great conversation. So that's from Gerimi, who's still with us.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy doing this mainly because, you know, as an artist, we do kind of sit in a bubble. You know, we're working, and I try to stay off of Facebook, especially when I'm working, because I'm not going to get anything done if I'm sitting there trying to read through people's feeds. But this is good to do because I get to talk, continue to work, which is the best part about it. That's why I love having the mic and the headphones on, because I could continue to get stuff done. Um, you know, again, it's that whole we don't talk to anybody for long periods of time because we're sitting and working. So it's kind of good to know that there are other people out there in the same boat. Uh, you know, that you're technically not alone, even though you are working alone.
Right. That's what I was telling Peter before. I like it when he does these because, you know, when you're sitting, I'm sure all of you are sitting at home working, and it just you feel disconnected after so long from the art community. I haven't, like you were saying, you haven't been on Facebook. Peter can tell you guys, I haven't been on Facebook in probably 2-3 months. Just because there's not as many like-minded people on Facebook as there is in this small group that really have as interesting a conversation or a motivational conversation as we had just in the couple hours that we had tonight. So this is like an invaluable resource for somebody like me because I'm so out of touch with the community unless we do something like this that, you know, you start getting the self-doubts and you start wondering, you know, am I on the right track? Is there anyone else out there doing or feeling what I'm feeling right now? So it was really nice to hear that, you know, you guys suffer from the same things. So it's really nice to know that.
Well, I definitely thank each and every one of you for coming out, and you know, this would be up on YouTube. You could share it with your friends. Like I said, I'll work out the kinks, and that whole invite thing is pain in the ass. If I have to do it that way, it shouldn't have to be that way. So I'll look into that. It looks like, you know, I know there was 2 other people that wanted to join. One didn't have the equipment he needed. The other one just didn't message me until just now. So we'll get better at that. And I'll probably, you know, there's a trailer option. I'll probably make a trailer just stating a couple of the challenges we have, so that anybody new to it will know what to do right off the bat. And yeah, it's I'm living in a small town now. You know, I'm from New York, and it's a whole different lifestyle. And I don't know any kind of people in this town. I have to travel, which I don't get to travel that much right around this time. But this is my way of connecting with artists, and you know, I plan to do this and we can, you know, just get together and jump right in next time. So, thank you all.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks for setting it up.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so if you're watching this in the future, then go look in the showcase, or I'll put links as well in the description. Go check out all my friends and their works. Support independent creators, because we're the most important people.
Preach on.
Exactly. The comic you buy may be my own.
All right. Till next time.
Till next